All right, world family, are you ready for this? I've been telling you on videos for a long time. Bipolar depression is a spiritual undertaking. Some people will call it an experience. Unfortunately, it is. You are actually a spiritual energy being, and your energy gets affected by the planet, by people, and by darkness. But never forget, it also gets affected by the light. I've been told that I'm bipolar, and I've had people in my family tell me, don't tell anyone. I've had other people tell me, come out. I've had people have all kinds of opinions about bipolar depression. And it's on the news all the time. Many celebrities have come out about it. But do you understand what bipolar depression means? You're bipolar. It means that you are a divine feminine and divine masculine, and you've accepted that you can have either sexual orientation in the world. Polar means north and south, which means you're used to light and dark. And you hear voices. See, the voices that you hear are everything in the collective consciousness. So that means God, that means the Lord, that means Mother Mary, that means your ancestors, that means any loved one that you have soul connection to, that means family past lives, that means your past life, that means voices that you can hear. But here's the hard acceptance of bipolar depression. See, people call it a mental illness. And doesn't the Lord tell you, the battle is the mind and the battle is mine? See, you're in spiritual war and you're a spiritual being. No matter if you think so or not, you can't escape it. You are a spiritual being. So when you talk about bipolar depression as a mental illness, you are correct. Mentally, you're being attacked every day. Now, my story is to tell you of the dark night of the soul, that they told me I was bipolar depressed. I was. I was being attacked by the devil in the hospital to never come out to you or to rise into my spirituality, ever. See, he haunted me my whole life. For 52 years, I've been haunted by the devil to destroy anything good within me, and I have denied him every single turn. And the Lord has walked me through my fires and my trials and my tribulations, not just suffering. I've had massive amounts of suffering, of homeless on top of me. I've had massive amounts of suffering of others in the world, because that's what I'll do out in the world. See the Father? The devil doesn't want me out near you, because what are you going to do when you find out that Mary Magdalene's been tortured for 52 years in this life? 2,000 years I've been walking with the Lord. What are you going to do when you hear stories that I have memories of walking with the Lord on the earth? What are you going to do when you hear stories that in this life I watched the Heavenly Lord manifest something for me out of thin air to remind me of the days I walked with him? Now, many people will say, you're bipolar, that's crazy. You realize how crazy life is? Life is for you, not against you. So every single trial you go through is for you. You understand the divine being you are? You're not this earth. You're made of this earth. You're not made from this earth. You're made of it. You're made from the Heavenly Father, the source of all things. And all souls, all energy is one collective mind, the Heavenly Father, the Jehovah. Many religions have many names for him. He's always the same. He's always the same source. Isn't it funny that every religion has a God that they pray to? They don't pray to anything else. They pray to God to fix something. Do you understand? You're all part of the same collective. You're all having spiritual experiences. This is Mary Magdalene in service every day of my life. This journey has taught me how exquisite I am and to own it. To never allow someone like you or someone out in the public eye to tear me down, that I'm not the Lord's. Not even a mental institution where the devil tormented me every night. To never love the Lord, which I loved him every single day I was in there. See, the devil came after me and destroyed my life, financially, spiritually, relationships, anything and everything to tell me I wasn't good. Anything and everything to tell me I wasn't good enough. Do you understand that's what he does to you? Father tells you, you're good enough. You're excellent, you're extraordinary, you're extreme. And don't ever let anyone else tell you different. So when you're out in the public eye and you're hearing about mental illness, they're all under spiritual attack. And they all have their own journey. My journey is not the same as everyone else's. I can tell you in the hospital, when I'm standing up, I can feel Archangel Michael come, put his wings around me when I wrapped a white blanket around me and stood against the wall. In my heart, I knew not to move. I could feel Archangel Michael's wings wrap around me and keep me safe. All of a sudden, the devil walked in my room. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about his horrible essence. Stood on top of my feet and said I would go down. He couldn't touch me. Now, he can do all kinds of suffering at you. But that night, I knew to stand still with Archangel Michael and not move. The devil had no say in my life. I have tons of stories to tell you spiritually of what occurred in that hospital and what has occurred in my life. And if you watch these videos, you will understand that. Bipolar is a real illness according to man. You're right. The devil attacks your mind. The devil tears your mind down because you're a divine being with purpose and will out in the world. So you want to stand for something. You go stand for mental illness because every single one of them is under spiritual attack to never be who they were truly made to be. Now, when you don't want to give someone help or understanding about their mental capacity, how did you do during the pandemic when your mental capacity was attacked? How'd you do? Did you live in massive fear when Father tells you to fear not? Did you live in massive fear about your life crumbling? That's the devil coming after you. When Father tells you to fear not, he has a plan. He's in control of your life. You give your life to him. You will never fail.